around that recon flank, depending on how Peter plays it. I feel like KT's comp has a very clear theme. And Nongshim's comp kind of feels like, especially with the Kennen and Annie, feels like they...
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, and we're already fighting. Lehens goes up, goes down, and then goes down truly. And there's first blood going over to BDD. We needed the mental reset. We're going to need another one. All right, there is the knock-up onto Jiwoo. And, okay, Perfect goes home.
In terms of gold, a win for KT, but let's see if Kingen...
Oh my god, he was already starting the back. Like, Perfect,
But
can you...
see how this did start off here as Lehens goes for an aggressive level 1, looking for the cocoon on because gets the electrocute proc, but BD starts charm, and yeah, there's just not enough Nongshim here. Unfortunately, Kingen at level 1 is not going to be able to impact this play.
They didn't expect the rest of KT to be over the wall.
Yeah.
It'd just definitely be going more of the AP route.
He has gone AD though.
Yeah, he's done a bit of it in the past. It's just that this season, we've seen both of these, the different variants.
He is going to get dove here. It looks like Gideon's got the full stacks for that extra stun.
Yep, only level 3 here for Perfect as well as PDD is solo killed underneath his turret. That's kind of insane. The flash forward from Perfect, he's trying to go for it here, and he finds the 2v1. It is still going to be followed up, but that is a brilliant outcome here for the KT top laner after it all.
He is still struggling into this AD cannon and is significantly down in CS as BDD gets stunned.
Oh, and the Orb Deception does go wide. He just overstepped.
Yeah, it's just a electrocute flash auto. Good read there by Calyx, knowing the exact timing of the electrocute proc. They actually got bottom side with that Ezreal swap back to top lane. Nongshim are just going to lose this one for free.
Yeah,
no contest. I mean, they're kind of in the area, but does not have enough oomph to stop this one.
Well, Perfect is going for a wraparound here, and they turn the lights off. They're going for the cannon, the flash forward to guarantee the fear as in comes Gideon, but Perfect is just playing defense while Kingen is getting taken down lower and lower. Still, he does manage to make it out, and there's no flash on Perfect. He doesn't have the dice, didn't get that one activated, and the cocoon placement is so good. Lehens able to help take him down.
BD gets a plate in mid lane, but I think...
A Stompsville that we've been living in for the last couple of them.
And I want to see what happens when KT doesn't have a lead. How do they respond?
Yep, Slice going to come on through there as he at least has his Merc Treads done. Now with the Dominus and the teleport coming in, Perfect looking to stand his ground. Will get stunned up as the flash forward to try and lock down Lehens, and he just explodes.
Reset.
Yeah, now BDD with that reset angle, but not going to be able to get in there. And look, Cuz actually holds the paranoia. Not quite 20 against you as Peter moving over. To get this ward.
What gives you hope for a Nongshim is the fact that they've been able to draft something that works really well from ahead and then got a pretty significant lead, right? And the coordination has been good. If you're a KT fan, you're pretty happy, I think, with how aggressively KT have been able to find some ins in this game despite it, but they're just not yet enough. As you can see here, Perfect is still, like, as I said, he resigned himself to not laning. He does kind of still have to get the minis. He doesn't have a support item, you know? So Lehens is also just lurking to look to cocoon him, and you know what? Kingen has flash and ult, and Perfect may die, even though BDD is waiting.
Yep. Lehens does find that cocoon as there is the Dominus to keep Perfect alive, and oh, it was all a bait! And look at all of the health with that Cull the Meek. That was kind of massive, but Gideon comes down. BDD now running for the hills as Cuz finally gets in. Didn't actually press the button. I think he was out of range to actually join the fight. So KT not really finding the angle. They're outside of getting the one
KT Rolster. But this is going to be Nongshim taking this second Dragon of the game into our inevitable 6th Chemtech Soul in a row that we will have here in our road to MSI. But
the flash! BDD, he did kind of connect the charm.
It's Ocean!
Weird. And, okay, well, we're not going to get 6 in a row, which would be kind of cool. We'll just get the next worst Dragon instead. You're not off the hook, Ox.
All right, this is starting to be too much here, though. I mean, Nongshim can really do no wrong here. Nice spell shield.
Yeah, Fear is going to be put together as the flashes are traded as Gideon goes in. Out goes Peter after the battle dance. Actually pretty cutely played as Doctorm gets behind the minions. That's going to keep alive against you.
That's the turret, I think, for Nongshim. They are completely denying KT from getting anywhere near it. So much farm is being lost as Renekton falling further and further behind. Perfect trying for something.
Yeah, looking to dive on top here as he's going lower and lower. The cocoon going to go wide this time as BDD getting a lot of value out of that true damage. They just want to get towards the turret. Oh, the play caller comes through. Dum-Dum! He gets the 1v1 against Jude. That was sick. Flashes everywhere. And the Spiderling's going to tank up the charm. Another paranoia comes in as Peter gets the quickness, and he stays alive. Cuz gets into the back line, and now he's looking to rend them down. Calyx comes in. He's got a bear in tow, and he's looking scary, but oh, the instant interrupt. That crocodile was ready to go ballistic, but they had the slicing maelstrom, and Nongshim this time have some answers.
I mean, it's always one step forward, but 2 steps back here. The fact that KT's getting these steps though is huge.
Oh my god, okay, BDD.
BDD, what the hell?
This game needs to calm down.
Peter's play in that last play. You can't make that play unless you...
In position.
And live.
Oh, and we've got more fighting as KT in a great position here. 2 just explode, and the charm is going to connect. BDD is now looking to get these resets and get out. Oh, the orb of deception he prepared earlier is gorgeously placed. True Shot Barrage is going to soften them up, and BDD has another charge available. Gio needs to be careful as Peter looking for an angle. Tanks up the turret momentarily. They're going to take this one down, and BDD is going to look for the charm. Was actually expecting Gio to try and escape, and instead, Gio just kills him. And now Perfect is trying to slice his way out of the way of the bear, and the Annie doesn't have the mobility to chase after him. They take down the mid-outer turret, and KT move towards a gold lead for the first time in this game.
KT got an extra charge against BDD here. Won't have the same side pressure he had into the Renekton as Gideon's coming up for a play, but KT are matching.
Yeah, they're going to get here, and the Paranoia is going to start this one off. The slicing maelstrom goes down, but he's tanking the turret, and he just gets wiped out. Gideon puts up the shield as Calyx, he can't get in, and they've singled out the jungler. BDD gets it. Another reset to come in here as he dives after Lahan's. Those pesky Spiderlings gonna soak yet another charm, and they do make their way out, but 2 already dead, and Nongshim are crumbling once again after a great early game here in game 3.
Perfect is just chilling in the bottom lane. They make the play topside there where they have their strong point, where they have the cannon, but KT were ready for them. It feels like they've just read Nongshim like a book in all these scenarios.
Yeah, it was kind of written, and now it's just rubbed off. You know, it's like you got a tattoo, and unfortunately,
it was a henna!
It was a fake tattoo.
It was a henna, and henna's not even playing in the LCK anymore.
Yeah, it's really sad, actually. That being said, I'm glad he's still playing somewhere.
Yeah, no, I love henna, man.
Our bro boys need to make sure that they just keep playing forever, no matter what they're doing, because they're just the best vibes outside of Peter, who is the best vibes. BDD now potentially in trouble as Spirit Rush, one heck of a button. And he presses that, and now he's going to look to try and turn it here onto Gideon. Takes a bit of true damage there from the Orb of Deception as well, as Doctorm looking to chase after them.
Cuz just ults on Dragon to make it so they can't actually follow up on BDD. Yeah, what a pro!
Well, and also Nongshim were obviously preparing for an engage. Speaking of engage, Peter finds the angle, gets the double charm. Gideon flashes away. And yeah, this Peter guy is a bit of a surgeon on the Rakan today, as Perfect goes in. Kingin still very strong though, as we mentioned before, the teleport going to come down. Strikebreaker going to help hold the cannon in position. Flashes traded, and the slice gets him out.
I mean, it's not AP cannon, so you can trade ults like this and actually feel pretty good about it. So after that, Perfect gets the turret bottom side. Lahan's, are you hiding for them, or are they hiding for you?
Oh dear, well, the Spider's gonna go up and then comes down again, and now the Paranoia comes out yet again. Gideon trying to find a target here, but they've already lost one, and look at these health bars melt. Kyle's looking to try and get out of there. Gideon's baited forward, because he just wants anything, and he will be denied. Perfect will get taken down as Gio able to find yet another Mystic Shot. What was that Arcane Shift? That was insanity. The charm hits, and he is cut down where he stands. The ace comes in, as Doctorm locks up a triple. He's 5-0-4, undying in this game as this Xayah, and they'll take an Otacon, and then whatever the heck else they...
I guess the summer of KT came a little bit early this season. Early. I thought for sure with Perfect's deficit that at worst case scenario, if KT had the miracle comeback, at least it wasn't going to be a one-sided game. But in fact,
BDD comes in. The Paranoia goes down as well as he gets over the wall. Does BDD, and Strikebreaker's in for Cuz. They'll find the charm onto everyone because Peter's able to lock them all down. He won't be able to escape this time, and Gio does create some distance. Featherstorm used mainly defensively, but Perfect gets in there. Calyx goes down. Gio now trying to kite as best he can, and Kingin not going to be doing anything here. Lahan's finally shows up, gets a cocoon onto BDD, who gets over and looks for Gio. Gio gets the shutdown, and now Perfect is just going to cut him down. And so it was almost a bit of an angle for Nongshim, but then they find everyone dead, and KT will be able to lock the rest
of his career as well. Yeah, how can you beat this team when they play this well? Like, they're playing perfectly.
Yep. speaking of perfect, he's going to dive in on top of Gideon, and I don't think Gideon's going to be going anywhere. Finally, the Nocturne shows up as Dew puts the Arcane Shift on cooldown. He does get feared, Cuz taking some damage, but he just walks his way out. The footwork here from Dew is actually working, but unfortunately he does not have a team anywhere else on the map. And now they're going to close in on him. The flash forward from Perfect and does get the stun. They get the knock up, and there is another ace for KT. This time it's clean, and this time I think it's just stamped themselves a ticket to Busan.
KT Rolster is just so fed. They just don't care. They're looking to go in, take this inhibitor out, and fish for a pick. Lens, what can you do alone? 4 levels down on Peter in this game. 6 deaths on the Elise.
Oh, it's
clear the wave.
ridiculous. They are just going to try and clear the wave as best they can. This one last minion is going to be coming through, but now Lehen's doing some funny business. You walking out
TP
through the
flank.
base gates, okay. The health bars are somewhat low. And let's see whether Nongshim can find the angle. The flash Tibbers is going to have to be insane, but he doesn't even have flash. Gideon comes in with the Grand Starfall. And there is the paranoia turn. Nongshim had to go for something, but I don't know whether this is going to work as they take down the Pantheon immediately, and BDD is looking for another charm. Onto Lehen's, back over the wall. They find another one, of course. Peter goes in there to throw himself away. The Tibbers comes on down. It's doing a fair bit of damage as now Cuz able to get the spell shield, and Doctom has singled out Jiu and will be able to pull back the feathers, but Jiu does get himself out of the way. Not quite enough there as Jiu will survive, and now looking for some Mystic shots towards Perfect. He has about 1.5 health.
Yeah, Doctom's red buff wasn't quite enough to kill him, but I don't think he can be relevant in this fight anymore as King in.
Oh dear, gets the control ward in. And so Perfect is going to just walk away.
I mean, the Hull Breaker cannon really isn't in a side lane Hull breaking right now. Unfortunately, just doesn't have the damage to look for anything there onto Perfect. That's going to be sole point here for KT.
Crucial Barrage picks the gap. That is generally not a good thing. As BDD, he senses that there's someone here. And Gideon he just wanted to do some alcove gaming. In goes Cuz. They are going to kill the Pantheon, who does dive on top of BDD, but
he didn't have
just
ult.
Gonna die.
Just 10 seconds away. I think his game plan was to hide and try to ult for the steal, and then look for the 3-man to push for an inhib. Like, that was the plan.
You get to steal. The rest of them are on the bottom side of the map, taking an inner.
Exactly, but now it's just going to be defensive Baron minions that help defend this push. They do get the bounty on this inner, but that's all they're going to get. Geo looks for it.
Yeah, True Shot Barrage is just going to help them. And so Cuz and Doctom will be able to take this one down. Level 16 for Cuz as well, my god.
I can't fault Gideon for that.
No, you can't.
The best angle. Like, if they push 3, they get the steal. I'm just not going to let anything go wrong.
This is unprecedented amounts of good play from KT
in
one period of time.
It reminds me of 2023, where they were the first seed.
Yep. And so they are going to be heading, most likely, to Busan. We'll see if it's on the back of Peter's play here as... Yeah, the Elise goes up and does get taken out once again. Perfect, going to be able to lock that one up, but it is just a kill on the Elise for now. There might be another fight in Nongshim. 25 seconds until Lehen's is back up yet again. 1 and 8 though on the Elise. BDD just putting together his Forbidden Book. And yep, in they go once again. BDD turns back up again with that new thing bought from the library. And Tibbers is going to go down as an afterthought. Gideon also falling. And Kingin, yeah, he built a rage plate, but that's mainly because of his feelings, ladies and gentlemen. Nexus turret number 2 going to be taken out, and KT back-to-back clean sweeps to bring them to a telecom war